Hi, dear loves. I'm Nicole, and we're just going to have a conversation about January 2017. Um, grab your coffee, grab something to drink. If you want a glass of wine, have a glass of wine. I got my coffee. Um, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and Spirit woke me up. It was like, get up. And I'm like, what? Like literally, my eyes were just like, you know, and I'm like, what in the world? When Spirit wakes you up like that, there's something Spirit wants you to know. It's so strong for me, and I know I'm not the only one. So, that's confirmation for anybody that when you feel like, what the heck am I doing up at 3 in the morning every single night? Every single time it's like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. That's a part of your spiritual ascension too. And, it can be anything that Spirit's telling you. My experience has been, I need a sip. Thank you. Yeah, it's early. My experience has been my level of ascension. It's been throughout my layers. Now, you've heard me say through spiritual ascension, it's not just one time, it's a layer. I don't want to get off track, but you know, um, just to tell you why I'm here so early in the morning. First of all, January 2017 brings money. This has always been my indicator right here, okay? That there's good news coming, financially good news. Now, many people are, getting tax refunds and things of that nature. So it's time to really plan that out now. Make sure you're getting your tax breaks. Make sure you're really looking into what your benefit is. I'm just put it out there. I let a family member do my taxes a few years ago, and it was because I was in school and I was going through a lot, and I didn't have the time. I didn't feel like I had the time, and I really trusted her to do it. And I ended up owing, and I knew that I wasn't supposed to owe. That's the thing, is that I was lazy, and I gave my power off to someone else, family member, and I love her. Okay, that's not what I'm saying here, but I'm saying put your power in your own doing. Okay, so with your money, make sure that you are empowered in doing and making sure you're pulling that financial prosperity and abundance to you, coming to you. Okay, it's very strong. This is very strong for me, and this has been since I was a little girl. I'm seeing a memory in my childhood where I found a $100 bill, and this is in the 70s, and so I didn't know what it is, and yes, I'm still scratching. So somebody's getting paid. I hope it's you. I pray it's you. We all need it. We need to come up. So and I remember giving it to my mother, and I remember her reaction, and I just was proud that I was able to give it to her. And we had Nick's, I think was the butcher, and we would go get cold cuts, and we had salami and cheese sandwiches that night. That was our favorite, my brothers and I. So I felt like I hit the jackpot that way. And I really feel like in January, being your unique self and being your buoyant, joyful self in relationship, in career, in your life is gonna really work for you. I really feel like we are coming into this energy of, I just heard, own your uniqueness. And what I'm looking at is, what I'm seeing is Elena of Avatar is the cartoon, and there's a jaguar that flies, and I'm seeing it, and it's in the air, and it's just by itself, and that's your uniqueness, is that you are just unlike anybody else. And I feel like that's telling us, now I'm seeing somebody's, you've got a gray beard, and you're cutting wood, and but you're dressed as like Swedish traditional attire, with the trousers and the shorts, just out cutting wood. Kind of looks like a little elf, like a gnome, but totally not the lumberjack look, you know? So that's awesome. I got the best spirit, guys, let me tell you. So January is really a month of, you know, grabbing that spiritual knowledge that you have and using it to your advantage, allowing that pathway to be open, and really honing in on what Spirit is telling you about your own self, about your uniqueness, and really looking above and beyond your circumstances so that you can see where those breakthroughs are. I feel so strongly that January is definitely bringing some let it rip in communication. And I just feel like this is, you know, a really big time to really feel, I'm seeing water, and I'm seeing the water rise in a home. And I'm seeing suitcases outside. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's a family. And it's sadness. But I don't feel like it's like we don't feel like there's not going to be, I just heard new beginnings. So I really feel like this is that emotional surge in your home. And what is security for you? What is family to you? What is emotional security? That's what this is. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, they just clapped for me. Thank you. I'm telling you the truth. Honey, gain that relationship, that connection with your spirit guides. And our spirit guides are our angels, you know, and they've been with us before we were born. They came with us. And so this is just, it's beautiful. And we have a good time, and we always have. So yeah, so notice your quirkiness and let your quirkiness shine through, you know. But January is a beautiful month to really explore what it is you need in your relationship life. What are you letting go of that is not comforting and makes you feel less than, makes you feel like you don't deserve, and letting go of those toxicities. Now, here's the thing. You know, I tried, I go through my little waves of weaning off of coffee, and I feel very strongly that spirit telling me, okay, so this week, you know, whatever coffee's giving you, I need you to be dependent on me. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel really proud, and I feel really open during those times. So like if I'm told to, you know, wean off of fried food, then, you know, I do that, and there's an opening that comes through. It's a breakthrough. And then, you know, I'm able to just treat myself to some chicken wings, you know, or something like that, but it's within its balance. I just heard emotional overflow. Emotional, it's not tidal wave. Emotional overflow. Overweight. So this is a very emotional surge that's going to come in January. Just be gentle with yourself. You know what I mean? You know, when you have that energy of just, if you're single and you are just trying to figure out relationship life, I really feel like that understanding of what you need to make yourself feel secure and whole, it's really going to be an emotional breakthrough in January. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I just heard time to fly, and I've got the sniffles, so excuse me. Can't do a boogie check, can I? We do that. My kids do that. They're like, my son said last night, Mom, a boogie check. And he goes like, oh. That's what I taught him. I used to always do that as a kid. See, you know, and this, here you go. This is my quirkiness. This is my uniqueness. And then, honey, I'm letting it rip already. Because this is why Spirit woke me up, okay? And I think it was like, what time was it? It's 4:20, I think I woke up. And I think it was 4:20 that I realized, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I tried to ignore it, which is what you do, you know. We try to ignore Spirit, and then Spirit's like, I told you to da 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 da. And you're like, okay, I'm sorry. You know, I do that. So, you know, don't beat yourself up for it, because we're human. You know, we're born imperfect. And, you know, just try to strive to be your higher self. That's the best you can do, because your best is your best. You know, it is your best. It's not my best. It's not your parents' best. It's not your kids' best. It's not your spouse's best. It's not the neighbor's best. It's not your boss's best. So January really is an energy that, you know, you're really thinking of the next big thing for you, where your ascension is, you know, what really works for you, and not putting on the mask. This is releasing that and just being who you are, but also elevating your spirituality, which is your higher self, which is your conscious, okay, which is being mindful of who you really are, and letting that character shine through and letting it work for you. For example, if you're looking for employment, and thank you so much, Teeny Baby, honey, I love you. Thank you so much. And everybody else out there, you are all spiritual superstars, and I love you for it, because you help me teach you what I'm seeing as a channel. You know, I channel our spiritual guidance, and I see through visions, and I feel, because I'm an empath, and because I'm intuitively grounded in my spiritual gifts, and I am meant to serve. You know, my background is education. You know, I'm a teacher through and through, but I'm a spirit guide. And so sometimes, you know, the visions that I receive are so strong, and, you know, so embedded in the energy from you that, you know, I don't always direct it out in coaching, which is why Spirit was leading me into being a spiritual life coach, because, you know, in our readings, I was finding that it really led into coaching, because it was like, well, Necole, how do I do that? How do I apply that? And that is how I've lived my life. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is part B to my life purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, so thank you for serving as an earth angel and giving me feedback, you know, and helping me rein it back in. So if you are seeking employment, okay, let's start with that. Seeking employment in 2017 in January, then you are really dressing the part